to my Etsy channel, where the primary objective is to help you grow a successful Etsy business. Thank you guys for letting me know that the previous video on this shop, I'm about to do an Etsy shop critique, that the previous video was not working or it got cut off. I don't know what happened, so I'm redoing the whole video again. So thank you guys. I really appreciate the feedback and the comments whenever you see something that is wrong or something that got cut off. I really, really appreciate it. So let's go ahead and deep dive on this critique. I'm doing a critique on the store called Joe and Roberts. The owner's name is Joanne, so thank you, Joanne, for allowing me to do a review of your shop. Um, the first thing I normally talk about, right, on an Etsy review is the actual product photography, right? So we start up with that. And I ended up picking on the previous video, so I'm going to do the same one, this actual listing here. I want to say as a photo, you want to make sure that one is compelling, two, it has a nice clear background, three, when a person is looking at the photo, there's no confusion. They know exactly what they're buying. Four, you want to make sure it's cropped in a complimentary way, that you showcase the item. And five, you want it to be so compelling. You're going to be marketing to people. You're going to market the people that are actually looking for your product, and you're going to be marketing the people that are not looking for your product. They found your product and fell in love with it. So in other words, they find your product and they're like, wow, I want this product. I must have it. Even though they weren't particularly looking for that product, they were just browsing. Maybe they were shopping for something different. But your picture is so beautiful, so amazing, that they fall in love with it. Also keep in mind that having an e-commerce store, it's a little bit different than having an actual store, right? So when you go to an actual store, you could grab the item, you could touch it, you could feel the texture, you could wear it if it's possible, you could, there's so many different things you could do with it. However, when you sell online as an e-commerce platform, all you have is your photos. Your photos will make you or break you. It's just that simple. If you don't have an amazing photo, right, it's not going to be enough for them to click on the photo. On your SEO and other things are not going to be enough. You have to have an amazing photo. Everything ties in. All the key components all tie in. So they all are all important. But the photo is like what makes them click on the actual listing to learn more and possibly buy. So my suggestion is that your main photo is a photo grabber. It's a photo that when people are looking at it, it showcases exactly what they're buying. In my opinion, it's too much of a black background. It does cause some type of distraction. On top of that, I feel that you should have this in maybe in a on a chair, take a picture with it in a chair, maybe put the pillowcases in a sofa, like almost like showing it how it looks in actual styled, because I feel like looking at it like this, even though it looks like it's pillows, is a little confusing. And at first I thought I was buying pillows, but I guess I'm only buying the fabric cushions of it. So therefore it does create a little bit of confusion when somebody is buying from you. They don't really know what exactly they're buying. So I guess in this scenario, you're just buying the cushion, which is just the outside of it. You're not actually getting a pillow. So it's important that there's no confusion like that. Um, you do have additional photos. However, the lighting is really light here. It's taken away from the beautiful pillows. So what I would do is either take natural light, which is outside, or what I would do is buy maybe like a light box that you could put in the pillows in there and take a really nice picture with the pillow with a crispy white background. Just the simpler the better sometimes, right? The more complicated we get and we start putting like a black sheet on the back or try to get innovative, sometimes it doesn't look as great. What I would do is look at those prominent shops, those shops out there that sell similar items like yourself, to get inspired and kind of see how they're showcasing their items, and then you could learn. Another thing is looking at stores like Target or big stores that have like Macy's. they have furniture, and kind of seeing how they style their photos. And what you're gonna see, the trending thing is that they have consistency. All their pictures look the same. They have really good lighting, right? But nowadays, you don't need an expensive camera, just with a really good phone and really good lighting. That's the key. Will get you those beautiful, beautiful pictures. So, my suggestions are to change your photos, definitely. And your first photo, you shouldn't have a zoom in because it does cause a little bit of confusion. It should be the full picture of the pillow, maybe showcasing it on a living room or on some type of chair. That's what I will have. The next thing that I want to talk about is search engine optimization, right? So, search engine optimization, or SEO, is basically how any search engine like Google, Yahoo, Bing, or even Etsy search results identifies or understands what your page is about by using the keywords that you currently are using. However, you want to keep in mind that when you do your SEO, you want to use keywords that are not oversaturated, right? Means that not everyone is using. And you also want to use keywords that are targeted to your audience. um, so if you're selling pillows, I wouldn't use like home decor. That's too broad. I would use more keywords that describe exactly what you're selling. That way you find your targeted customers that are looking for your product. Any tools that I use, I leave the links below. There's a whole bunch of resources on this video below. There's a box. If you click there, guys, you will see all the links and everything I have used. After looking at your listing, what I noticed is that a lot of your keywords are very high in competition. You see how these are all 50,000 and over? That means that a lot of people are using those keywords. They're oversaturated. So I definitely don't recommend using these because it's going to be really hard for you to rank organically. And on top of that, it's going to be really hard for you when you run an Etsy ad. Your cost per bid is going to be very high because there's so many people competing to get their listing pushed to the first page or second or third of Etsy. If you look at the word home decor, there's over 7 million listings. That's crazy. You should not be using that keyword. There's three reasons why you shouldn't use that keyword. Reason number one, it's not a target key. You're not targeting your audience. When you say home decor, look at how many different things come up, right? There's a camping, there's some coasters, there's a rug. There's so many different things, right? And the reason why you see so many different things is because you're not targeting your audience, right? There's a blanket, there's picture frames on the wall, there's even pumpkins decor. So you definitely want to stay away from keywords that are too broad, because what happens now is that you're showing your listing to anybody and everybody, but you're showing it to the wrong people. You're showing it to people that are not interested in your product. So therefore, you're not targeting your audience. Number two, if you wanted to rank organically for that keyword, you're not going to be able to, because there's so many people competing for that same keyword. So you will not be able to rank organically. And number three, if you were to run, like I said earlier, an Etsy ad, your cost per click is going to be very high. And when you run an Etsy ad, it's based on different factors. The way that they put you in the first page of Etsy is based on different factors. How old the listing been? How how many people favor your shop? Do you get a lot of traction? Do you have any social signals pointing back to your shop? Um, how old is the listing? How old is your store? Do you have the best practices for SEO? So there's so many factors. But then on top of that, if you use a keyword that everybody else is using, that's another like hurdle you got to go through, right? Because now your listing is going to be pushed. Like you wouldn't be on the first page of Etsy search results. You're going to be like somewhere on the second, third, fourth, even pushed down. I mean, you could be on the 100 page and still run an ad. So this is where I always say, when you do your research and you do your keyword search, one, do not use keywords that are very generic, very broad. And two, look at this Ireland. I know that you live there, but Ireland, wedding gift, bedroom, living, all of these have to go. They're too broad. Handmade could be pretty much anything. This is another contributing factor when people say, I hear a lot of Etsy sellers say, "Oh, I get a lot of views, I get a lot of clicks. I just don't understand why I'm not getting sales." Yeah, you might get a lot of views, or let's say a lot of impressions, which is when somebody's browsing and they happen to see your listing. They don't particularly take an action like click on it, but they saw it. Yeah, you get a lot of impressions. However, you're not making the sale because you're targeting anybody and everybody versus finding your tribe, right? Finding those group of people that buy stuff like this. So I would definitely go back and use long tail keywords. And what I would do is, stick with the fabric, pillow. I don't know the verbatim for what you sell, so I can't even like provide you an example. But if your verbatim is, let's say you sell baby headbands, right? And that keyword is ridiculous right now. Like there's so many people that sell that. What I would do is I would add another keyword. So I would say pink baby headband, blue baby headband, infant baby headband, polka dot baby infant. That's how you do it. Baby headband, I'm sorry. That's how you do it. And you find additional keywords that still describes your item, but then those keywords people are still looking for, they're lower in competition and higher in demand. So therefore, you will be get found organically. And if you run an ad, you'll start showing up on the first or second page of Etsy, and you'll start seeing some traction. And not only would you see the right type of traction, you will also increase your sales because now you are targeting your base audience. So this is very, very crucial for you to do because it's going to help you bring the right people to your shop. So keep in mind that once you have the new keywords, you want to put them here. You want to separate them with commas. Now, with the new changes that Etsy has made recently, what they want you to do is just use the main keyword and have a short description of what you're selling. If you do it this way, have it, it's not a bad way because I still have my listings that way. I think that the reason they do it is so it could look natural, easy to read, and when people are buying, they're not confused on why there's like 20, like 10 tags on the title. They want to make it easier to read, natural flow, doesn't look like robotic. You put the main keyword there. You want to have the main keyword here, and then you want to sprinkle the additional tags throughout your listing description. Now, the third thing that I talk about is listing description. And the listing description is very crucial. It's very important that you include what you're buying, how to order, what color, what size it comes, shipping policy, return policy, how to contact you, have a backlink that points back to your homepage. So for instance, this is my shop, and I'll show you kind of like an example. So I have description, what's included, how to order, what you will receive, returns and refunds, and then I have a backlink. It's important that you separate it because it makes it easier to read, and then people could follow. And then another thing with the listing description, it builds credibility. It makes people trust your store. They have all the information there. It avoids unnecessary messages, right? People will still message you. However, it will avoid unnecessary messages to your store. So my suggestion is to go back and write a listing description that describes your item and put everything and anything the potential buyer must know. When you have it this short, it looks like you have not taken time to work on your store. And one of the misconceptions that we have as Etsy sellers is that because we don't have to put 50,000 down to open a business on Etsy, right? It's really low cost startup. We have the misconception that we don't treat it as a real business. We don't take the time to look at details, and we overlook small details. We don't take the time on the things that don't cost anything, right? So my first suggestion is looking at the curation of your shop. My first suggestion is to change your banner, right? Looking at your banner right now, it looks blurry. I don't know if you noticed that before or not. I would definitely work on changing that. There's a lot of resources that I provide that in this video below that you could buy a banner for as low as $15 and make a big difference on your Etsy shop. I will also buy a logo because right now you just have like, it looks like it's just a picture or something. And then Also, people want to know who they're buying from. So having a picture of yourself and making it more personal is very important. Also, having a curated shop, branding, colors, making sure that all your colors go together. For instance, if I see this photo on Etsy and I see this one and I see this one, I should know that they're all coming from your shop. Right now, it looks like it's 3 different shops. So your photos, the colors, the branding. So these are my suggestions for your creation. One, buy a new banner. If you look at the most prominent banners, they have beautiful banners. They have their hours of operation. They have their social media links. They have even their website and everything. So create a new banner. Invest in a logo. Put your photo here so people can know who they're buying from. All your pictures, I would suggest having one single look, whether it's all with a white background or with a neutral color background. I would definitely work on that. Make sure your photos are cropped in a complimentary way. They don't get cut off like this, so people understand and know exactly what they're buying. Also, take the time to fill out your About Me section. Put your passion, why you started your store. What's your mission of your store? How you do your products. Maybe take pictures of your workplace. Maybe take a picture of you and your family. Maybe take a picture of you creating the products. It's important because it builds credibility. People want to know who they're buying from when it's a small business. It's so essential. It's something that a lot of people are not doing. I don't know why, but you need to do it. You need to take advantage of all the features and everything that you could do on Etsy to improve the chances of somebody buying from you. But these are my tips. If you were to make all these adjustments, you can improve in your sales and targeting the right audience. You do have, for the most part, really beautiful items, especially the pillows. However, at the current moment, because you're missing so many other elements, it does make your store look a little bit incomplete. So you want to make sure, you add shop policies, that you create the listing description, that you have amazing photos, and that you do not overlook small details. Overlooking small details will cost you a lot of money, a lot of time. And also, if this is something that you want to create as a full-time job and make it a real business, sustainable business, these are the things you have to do. So I hope that this tutorial was helpful. Guys, I'm trying to create a sense of community. We come together, we help each other out, we leave comments and feedback. So make sure you please like this video, comment below, and if you have not done so, subscribe to my channel. Thank you again, guys.